What's up, YouTube? I'm the Layman, and this is the final RWBY vlog for Volume 5, because this is the season finale of the show, and we're gonna have to wait until the fall, until Volume 6 rolls around. But before we do, we should probably recap the last episode, hadn't we? He says, talking to only himself. So this is going to be slightly different than what I've done previously. I'm basically going to bullet point this because the episode is nearly a half hour long. I'm not making a half hour long vlog because of this. I've got stuff to do. So how this is going to work is I'm basically going to list off the state of everything, the state of all the characters, and just tell you guys, go watch the episode. Seriously, go watch it. Like, I will include a link to Rooster Teeth's channel down at the bottom. You can watch all the episodes there. Actually, yeah, that's what I'll do. So, to start with, I did a supplementary note from the last vlog that I did. This episode does not start with Yang and Raven down in the vault, but it doesn't linger too long before it gets to that, so I'm not gonna make a fuss. It starts with, Blake's son and the rest of Menagerie basically dealing with the White Fang outside. So Blake's fine, Son's fine, Ilya's fine. People are totally shipping Ilya and the bunny girl she, gave a reassuring glance to. Who is not Velvet, for the record. They're other rabbit faunus. Adam is not fine. He's basically Kylo Ren from the new Star Wars movies, only even more of a bitch. Pardon my language, but that's what he is. And he basically runs off. So he's out of the picture for the moment. Cut back to inside of Haven Academy. And and Blake basically just verbally destroys Adam. She's basically, I'm not here for you. Suck it up, you attention-grabbing baby. Then back in the inside of Haven Academy, in the foyer area. Yep. Excuse me. Weiss, RWBY, Oscar, and Crow are still fighting off Mercury, Emerald, and Hazel. But thanks to the timely arrival from Blake, Hazel is a lot easier to deal with now. Yeah, the girls of Team RWBY, thems that aren't down in the vault, have a sweet little oh hey, you're back moment, and then the fighting resumes. Calling out the down in the vault, Yang and her mother basically just initiate debate club mode. So lazy animating trope. Not that Ruby's an anime, but that's where you'll find that kind of trope most often, I've found. And Yang kind of wins that too. Raven's like, meh, 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 I'm strong, meh, meh, meh. And Yang's all like, no, you're not. You keep running away. And the like. And by the end of that, Raven clearly needs to go out and get a pack of smokes, to say the least. I'll leave it to your sordid imaginations what that actually translates to in the show. Then Yang goes into the vault, which is still open, and retrieves the relic of whatever the heck relic it was, which is some kind of hanging lantern thing. I don't know. It's weird looking. Still don't know what exactly the deal is with them, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. After that, we cut back upstairs, and we check in on our old buddy Lionheart, who totally isn't the Cowardly Lion at all, and is totally not based off of him. Which makes me curious for the other headmasters. Oh, okay, I just realized something. Lionheart's the Cowardly Lion. Ironwood's clearly supposed to be the Tin Man. So that means the headmaster of the Vacuo Academy is got to be based off of the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. What could he possibly be? I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, Lionheart's being a little bit of a scaredy cat. And then that floating orb thing that Salem uses to two-way vid chat. Yeah, she basically comes into that and kills him. So yeah, he's dead. You clearly hear him being stabbed off screen, so he's not going to be around anymore. And after that, we cut back down to the foyer main area. Everybody's like facing off against each other, like kind of a Mexican standoff situation, I guess vacuum standoff, and Emerald's basically praising her senpai, which makes it really interesting when Yang suddenly ascends on that elevator platform, and Cinder's not with her, and she's holding the relic. Yeah, Emerald doesn't take that well, and she basically illusions everybody, which is a question I've had for a while. Can she illusion more than one person at a time? The answer is clearly yes. Although, as we find out in a scene slightly later, that either drains her of a lot of energy, or she's just done after realizing that Cinder's not coming back, basically. And that's basically the end of the fighting. After that, like, everybody's all coming in, reunion. The Belladonnas are going to try to start a new alternative to the White Fang that's not the White Fang. And Sun pulls the slickest move ever with his tail, spins Blake around, and points her towards the rest of her team. And yeah, after Yang hands off the lantern to Crow, she, Ruby, Weiss, and Blake all basically just reunite, get a big group hug with each other, and it is super sweet. And finally, they're back together. Took them long enough. And basically, the final thing of relevance to happen in this episode is that Oscar's back in control. Ozpin needs to rest and recharge. And he basically says that they need to get the lantern to Atlas. So, guess where we're going to be in Volume 6. And that was the final episode of RWBY Volume 5. And it clearly cannot compete with the awesomeness that was the Cinder Raven Maiden Powers battle from the last episode, but I think it was still a fairly satisfying way to end things. Like there's still villains out there clearly, so the fight isn't over yet, but at least this thing has been taken care of. Although I'm gonna miss Raven and Callie. Like, what is it with the Mothers and RWBY that just, like, they're kind of the best characters for me? For one reason or another, I don't know. None of them can compare to Chibi Neo, of course, but then again, who can? Hey, speaking of Raven, yeah, the stinger at the end of the credits is, we cut to Tai Yang, he's out gardening, and we see a single feather float down in the foreground of the shot. So whatever that means. And that's all we're going to get until Volume 6, which they're finally starting to make headway into, solving the plot. So I'm excited for that. There's still a lot of unanswered questions. We still haven't figured out or have been told what the heck the stinger at the end of Volume 2 was. That otherworldly scene with Yang and Raven in front of Beacon in the purple sky and the whatever, that still hasn't been explained. Get on that, Rooster Teeth. I'm calling you out. We better see something about that explained in Volume 6. Also, wearing my Yang shirt because it's a milestone. Anyway, that's about it. Can't wait till Volume 6 happens, and until then, we've got RWBY Chibi Season 3 to tide us over, so expect those reaction videos. Because I can actually do those. Anyway, I will see you guys for the RWBY Chibi reaction. See ya.
There's a day when